Hi, I'm Rick Wyman, Executive Director of Community Music School. Today we visit with Kevin ONeil, guitar faculty at the school. Come on in.
Hey, Kevin, thanks for meeting with me today. It's great to see you.
Absolutely wonderful to see you too, Rick.
Yeah, so I was thinking about you've taught here at the school for a while. How long have you taught here? Do you remember?
Yes, it has been a while. I would guess over 10 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Probably not too many too many years over 10 years.
Kind of run through us or remind me of what are some of the types of things that you've been teaching here.
Yeah, well, of course, teaching guitar lessons, basically all styles with the exception of classical guitar. I'm not a trained classical guitarist, but jazz, rock, blues, folk, you name it, pretty much everything, that you can do on the guitar. Um, Also, we have a guitar ensemble, which is the acoustic rock guitar ensemble. This has been going on for a number of years. I'd say at least 5, if not longer. And it was actually started by another guitar teacher at the school, very fine guitar teacher who had to leave. And then I took it over. And this is a wonderful ensemble of mostly retired um, community members, dedicated community members, artists, musicians, writers, etc., who come in, and we go through the repertoire of basically all classic rock, some Motown, anything really that fits into the gambit of rock or R&B or blues oriented, folk rock, any kind of rock really. And
Nice.
in the last 3 years, my students write their own songs. So at this point, it's become not only an acoustic guitar, rock guitar ensemble, it is a workshop of writing songs, rehearsing songs, performing songs, and every one of them, some of them sing beautifully. So when you come to our recital, it's quite an experience. It's a mix of classic rock and maybe some modern rock, and then original music by these wonderful community members. And I mean, it has been amazing to me that it's been able to morph into that. And what I basically tell them is, when we were in rock bands back in the day, this is what we did. We would play somebody's song, then we'd come up with our own stuff, then we'd bang our heads against the wall trying to figure out what's the next part. We'd get suggestions from each other. So the community aspect and the social aspect of creating songs in the rock genre especially is invaluable. And I suppose it's one of the things that possibly could be missing these days, but it's not missing at community music school. The music school itself has it right in there, community. And this school, as far as I've been here, as long as I've been here, has been absolutely dedicated to the community of not only the surrounding area, but the community of musicians that work here, the community of administrators. We're all in a really amazing camaraderie, aura. In addition, absolute professionals. I've worked at many music schools and stores I started teaching when I was 16. Okay. So this is going to be 40 years in 4 years. This is the best school I've ever been in, with bar none. Absolutely. The level of professionalism, the level of teaching, the compassion for the students, the dedication to the students' growth, the dedication to the students' happiness in their growth. I've never met a community like this, and of teachers, musicians, and then all trained musicians of the highest quality at community music schools. So my feeling is, with all the experience I've had, if you are studying an instrument here or taking a kinder music class or a guitar, and it also deals with the whole spectrum of the community, from the littlest person to our great retirees and elders. So, I don't know what to say, except this has been an amazing experience. It continues to be an amazing experience, even through the distance learning. When everything kind of fell apart last year, the school didn't even flinch, got right into the mode of continuing our service to the community in whatever way possible. And so, to be honest with you, it's like a dream come true to work in a, I don't even call it work, to do my life's calling in an institution of this high quality. And of course, the community itself is filled with artists, fascinating people with disabilities, no problem. Everything is here for you. We are absolutely open to every kind of student and dedicated to, again, elevating the students' abilities and their sense of human dignity, because let's face it, that's what the arts is, at the end of the day, is giving us. It's giving this real feeling of humanness. Okay, so I'm sorry to get it so emotional and deep, but this is, I'm telling you, this has been one of the most wonderful experiences teaching at the CMS and getting to know my colleagues, my students, the staff, Rick, everyone. It's, the board, the events that we put on, the recitals, the whole community, all the churches, all the guild halls are all open for us. So I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like this, to be honest with you. And I lived in England. I've been out in LA for a while. I was all over, this is just really unique. And even after 10 years, you can tell I'm still totally excited about this amazing institution.
Well, do you have a couple, or maybe your favorite tip that you might offer for somebody who's interested or is learning music or is learning guitar?
My tip, I guess, would be with the guitar. If you're just starting off on the guitar, I would say be prepared. It's a difficult instrument, but it yields a lifetime. I'm still in awe of the instrument, totally in love with the instrument, and still feel like there's so much for me to learn. So once you get into it, you have opened up a lifetime of beauty for yourself. It's a very physical instrument. So, when I get a student, and it could be a student of any age, there are physical things that the instrument presents to you right away that are challenges. But with the right teacher, myself or Francesco, right,
Right, yeah.
I should mention some of the other teachers. John Burt, who's no longer at the school, is a fantastic teacher, and the quality of teachers we have at the school. I know I already said that, but guitar, amazing. With the guitar, I think you have to just be a little bit patient. There's going to be a bit of a fight in the beginning. Your fingers might sting a little, right? It may seem a little awkward. So the physical part is, I would say, the first tip would be to don't be, scared by it. Allow yourself to take, once you take those initial steps, then I think it's a matter of love. Like if you love the instrument and you want, and that when I see my students and they are playing and they're really amazing, there's a lot of love there. You could see they're really involved, and same with me. I'm still in love with the instrument. And I think with any musician, it's a calling. It's much more than a desire. It's a super, you wake up in the morning thinking about music and notes and things. I mean, I don't know if that's the same with everybody else, but that's definitely, I'm sure Rick, me, Tom Briggs, we're all kind of, and all of our teachers that are composers, especially. But of course, the guitar is enormous fun. So I don't want you to think that, it's not fun. It is. But there's definitely work involved in the initial phase, especially. And I would say, take it in small doses. When you first start on the instrument, maybe 15, 20 minutes a day. Then you start to push to 30 minutes a day. Then you push to 45 minutes a day. You see what I mean? You have to adapt, I think, to that. Now, if you have an electric guitar, things do get a little easier right away. In terms of the feel of the instrument, but there's still going to be some interesting challenges right in the beginning. And that's why it's so important to have a teacher, because you can look at somebody on a YouTube and kind of get an idea, but they won't be able to say back to you, no, just lift this a little or turn this a little. And there's so much body involved in the instrument in the initial phase that it's so important to have a teacher that can really recognize the kinesthetic aspects of the instrument.
I was going to say, I'm excited that we've made plans for you to come down here, and we're going to meet up and you're going to play something for us, right? In these amidst these walls.
Absolutely, yes, I'm going to play.
Thanks for coming down. So you're going to play something for us today. What are you going to play?
I'll play a little John Coltrane, one of my jazz heroes and greatest American musicians, one of the greatest American musicians of all time. I'm going to play John Coltrane's Impressions. I can do on the guitar solo, and then I'll take a little bit of a solo just over the chord changes, and then I'll come back and play Miles Davis's So What, which is based on the same tune.
Yeah, man.
Thanks,
Dug it. I wish I could give you a big hug.
I
Kevin
know,
O'Neill,
we
jazz
can't do
guitar
it.
right there. That's great, man.
Rick, thank you
All
so
right.
much, man.
Thanks for coming and playing for us. That was awesome.
My pleasure.